Kazakhstan has significant potential for the development of almost all types of tourism, from environmental to business. This is facilitated by a rich history that has left many archaeological and historical monuments in the country. This is ensured due to the unique geographical position, thanks to which in Kazakhstan you can find untouched corners of nature in a wide variety of landscapes. This is achieved thanks to the development of tourism infrastructure, constant work to simplify the visa regime, and many other factors.
В этом вопросе, наверное, есть два направления. Первое это географические направления. Вы знаете, есть топ-10 дестинаций в Казахстане, которые обладают наибольшим потенциалом. Над ними работа также и проводится.
There are two directions on this issue today. There are top 10 destinations in Kazakhstan that have the greatest potential. This is the Almaty Mountain Cluster, Baikonur, Astana. As for the economic issue, we are focusing on the development of agro-rural areas, so that residents of rural areas can receive guests and earn money in their territories without traveling to the metropolis. This will help reduce traffic. We will give farmers the opportunity to welcome tourists on their plots of land. The draft amendments are ready.
Давать возможность фермерам у себя на участке принимать туристов и на этом зарабатывать. Медицинский туризм, наверное, знаете, что это свободная еще большая ниша.
Medical tourism is a free and large niche in Kazakhstan. We have 9 medical institutions with international certification. We are the world market leader in the areas like cardiology, neurosurgery, dentistry, ecology, and so on. If you look at the price-quality ratio, we have all types of ecotourism. We have 14 national parks. We have all kinds of landscapes and ecosystems for which tourists from other countries come to us with pleasure. We need to work on infrastructure, and these legislative measures are already being taken. Starting next year, akimats, mayor offices, will build roads and networks in populated areas, and we will receive tourism infrastructure that will serve domestic and foreign tourists.
Будут иметь право строить сети, дороги в места вне населенных пунктов и на территории национальных парков.
The following types of tourism are currently developing in Kazakhstan: cultural and educational tourism,
Ну, иностранным, конечно, тоже.
In terms of the number of archaeological, historical and architectural monuments, Kazakhstan is a real open-air museum. Tourists can visit ancient cities along the Great Silk Road, see the Bronze Age Tamgali petroglyphs or the famous Mangistau necropolis. It will be most convenient to get acquainted with the modern life of Kazakhstan in the cities of Astana, Almaty, Shymkent, Oskimane and Aktau. The tourism infrastructure offers services for every taste and budget. Ecological tourism. The number and variety of territories, the nature of which has been preserved, make Kazakhstan incredibly attractive for lovers of ecotourism. There are 12 national natural parks and 10 reserves on the territory of Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan, due to its size and geographical location, provides the opportunity to visit such natural areas that tourists usually have to look for in a number of states. There are the steppes and lakes of central Kazakhstan, included in the UNESCO World Heritage List. There are the foothills and mountains of the east and southeast, which in terms of diversity of landscapes, flora and fauna, can easily be compared with the Alps region. This is the coast of the Caspian Sea, the largest enclosed water body in the world. There are the deserts of the southeast of Kazakhstan, which can amaze the most sophisticated lovers of phototourism. There are the forests around Lake Burabai in the north of the country and much more. For fans of ecotourism, travel companies in Kazakhstan have developed about 1,000 different routes, often including, in addition to visiting natural sites, also acquaintance with the ancient life of the Kazakh nomads. Health tourism. Kazakhstan is a great place for health tourism. We remark the active use of medicinal natural resources, hot springs, medicinal mud, healing climate. Kumis therapy, the use of mineral waters, and panther therapy are practiced in Kazakhstan. At the same time, sanatoriums with modern equipment are located directly next to the natural basis of such treatment. In addition, domestic health resorts are ready to offer non-traditional types of treatment, and in particular, apitherapy. Everyone knows about the healing properties of honey, but many people don't even know how beneficial bee venom can be for humans. Meanwhile, such a branch of medicine as apitherapy is quickly gaining popularity. Apitherapy, the use of bee products, including bee venom, to improve the health of the body. Bee venom is quite complex in its chemical composition. It includes more than 50 components, including minerals, phosphorus, calcium, magnesium, copper, acids, formic, phosphoric, fats and sterols, proteins and amino acids, carbohydrates, glucose, fructose, acetylcholine and histamine. All of them have a positive effect on the human body, but the main task in bee sting treatment is assigned to peptides. Melatonin has an anti-inflammatory effect and kills pathogenic bacteria. Azolapine has an analgesic effect, apamine has a beneficial effect on the nervous system, and cardiopeptide stabilizes the cardiovascular system. An experienced apitherapist selects the optimal dose of poison individually for each patient. Bee stinging sessions are carried out on bioactive points of the body. Each disease has its own specific sting zones. On average, the treatment course lasts 2-4 weeks.
В целом лучше это все применять для профилактики тех заболеваний, которые бы не хотелось бы, чтобы люди болели, той же гипертонической болезни.
This is best used for the prevention of hypertension, diseases of the nervous system and cardiovascular system. It helps people with a weakened immunity. I always tell patients that it is better to prevent diseases.
Я всегда всем пациентам, всем везде не устаю говорить, что лучше все это делать профилактически. Тогда не будет тех осложнений, которые могут быть, можно предотвратить.
Then there will be no complications and the disease can be prevented.
Пчелы – это боль, это аллергия, это шок. Мы это делаем все очень аккуратно, делаем та же пчела.
Everyone associates bees with pain, allergies and shock. We do this carefully. The bee sticks its sting in, but cannot pull it out. We remove the sting with tweezers. We conduct tests in advance, 10 seconds. But you can start treatment from 1 to 5 seconds. There are many examples of how this has helped a person. A person will immediately feel relaxation, a feeling of blood flow, warmth.
Даже была пациентка, которые начинали с 1 секунды. Одна пчела, потихоньку, человек встал на ноги. Поэтому очень много таких примеров, когда можно рассказать, как человеку это помогло. Когда человек ощущает на себе
Headache, lumbar pain in the lower extremities goes away, helpful in treating diseases such as hemorrhoids, varicose veins, osteochondrosis, hernias and protrusions. Here's a bee and I installed it myself.
Боль в поясницах, боль в нижних конечностях, то есть такие заболевания, как геморрой, варикоз, остеохондроз, грыжи, протрузии. Очень хорошо пчелоужаление. Пчела.
Do you see the sting? It hurts. I haven't done it for a long time, but it is tolerable. Here is the sting and the sac. It is pulsating. Within 20 minutes, the poison will be actively injected.
Терпимо. Жало, мешочек, оно пульсирует еще. Прямо, живое, работает. В течение получаса, минут 20 это точно, яд будет активно впрыскиваться.
For those who would like to simply relax and gain strength, many rest houses have been built in Kazakhstan. They are located in such beautiful and environmentally friendly places as the coast of Lake Alakol, the resort area of Burabay and Bayanaul, the coast of the Caspian Sea, the foothills of the Trans-Ili and Jungar-Alatau, etc. In 2022, more than 8.5 million foreign tourists visited Kazakhstan, which is 10% more than in 2021. The main tourist destinations in Kazakhstan remain Almaty, the capital of the country Astana, as well as Burabay and Balkhash. The Kazakh government plans to increase the number of foreign tourists to 10 million by 2025. To achieve this, it is planned to develop tourism infrastructure, create new tourism products and attract foreign investors.
У нас на сегодняшний день уже действуют определенные меры, к примеру, для того, чтобы признать инвестора.
Today, certain measures have been carried out. For example, in order to recognize an investor as important for the country, that is, a priority tax exemption regime is considered. If earlier you had to invest 2 million monthly calculation index to be recognized, now the threshold has been reduced to 200,000 MCI.
Налогов на длительный период, плюс можно землю получить. И для того, чтобы прогарантировать инвестору иностранному.
Then you're exempt from taxes for a long period and you can get land. We have a domestic fund that invests in any project, and foreign investors can invest the same amount of money. We're increasing that period of preferential lending in the tourism sector from 7 to 9 years. This measure was supported by the government. In 2024 we hope to receive a serious impetus to attract foreign investment.
Сейчас находится также правила находятся на изменении, и в следующем году мы надеемся получить очень серьезный импульс именно по привлечению иностранных инвестиций.
As part of the tourism development program in Kazakhstan, it is planned to build new airports, hotels, tourist facilities and infrastructure for active recreation. It is also planned to develop ecotourism, religious tourism and other types of tourism. In particular, in the next 2-3 years, it is planned to modernize the existing airports in Balkhash and Urjar. The first airport will require more than 8 billion tenge, the second 3.5 billion. The issue of constructing the airports of Karkarali, Uletsau, Zaysan and Katon-Karagay is also being considered. The press service of the Ministry of Transport reported that they plan to spend 10 billion tenge on the construction of an airport in Karkarali and Uletsau, 16 billion in Zaysan and more than 23 billion tenge in Katon-Karagay.
До 2027 года у нас на 500 с лишним миллиардов тенге, 125 проектов. Но из наиболее крупных это туристский центр в городе Астана. Это очень большой серьезный проект, частный инвестор.
Until 2027, we have 125 projects worth more than 500 billion tenge. Of these, the largest one is the tourist center in the city of Astana. This is a very large and serious project of private investor. We need to complete the construction of the warm beach area. All 115 hectares of the territory must be completed. We have only Shimbulak and, accordingly, prices there are expensive. Such objects are always crowded with tourists. Therefore, regular hotels accessible to people should appear next to such objects. We plan to complete the warm beach in 2024. The historic Medea Hotel, which unfortunately was demolished by a private entrepreneur. Today, another private entrepreneur is restoring it in approximately the same appearance and authorship as it was. It is currently in active phase of construction. There are many such projects in every region. We're especially happy when affordable hotels for people appear. During the current year, 38 glamping sites were launched in Kazakhstan. When all this becomes accessible to ordinary people, then we will say that tourism in Kazakhstan is developing.
Отельчики доступны для обычных людей. Таких вот только глэмпингов 38 комплексов было за текущий год появилось в Казахстане. Вот когда объекты туризма станут доступными для обычных людей, тогда вот мы считаем, что реальный туризм внутренний развивается.
The government of Kazakhstan also plans to attract foreign investors to the tourism industry. For this purpose, special government support measures have been taken, such as tax breaks and grants.
У нас имеется с 2022 года с начала 7 мер государственной поддержки в туризме. Это бесплатный перелет детей внутри страны, который очень хорошо в этом году себя показал. И вот я люблю говорить, одна семья, была заявка, 9 детей смогли попутешествовать бесплатно внутри Казахстана.
Since 2022, 7 measures of state support in tourism have been held. This is a free flight for children within the country, which has very good results in 2023. One family with 9 children were able to travel around Kazakhstan for free. I think this is for those families who could not afford to fly on an airplane, but now have such an opportunity. We helped tour operators who attract foreign tourists. For each foreign tourist, the tour operator receives 15,000 tenge. For example, one domestic travel company attracted 1,000 tourists in a year and received 15 million tenge. If you purchase a tourist class bus, then 25% of the cost of the bus is reimbursed by the state. The state returns 25% if you build a ski resort, 10% if you build any type of roadside service of tourist facility, and 83,000 tenge if you maintain a roadside sanitary facility. There are other measures available.
Это наделение акиматов новыми полномочиями, чтобы они могли строить сети и инженерную инфраструктуру. Это разрешить сельчанам развивать туризм на своих участках. Это открытое небо.
And among the new ones, this is the extension of preferential financing. This is the vesting of akimats with new powers so that they can build networks, engineering infrastructure. This is permission for villagers to develop tourist facilities on their plots. This is an open sky. We recently declared a complete open sky. Foreign air carriers can enter the skies of Kazakhstan. Previously, there were restrictions on flights to places where our domestic airlines do not fly, but this restriction has now been lifted. And the leaders of air carriers enter the skies of Kazakhstan to connect tourist centers and big cities. We will provide internet and safety to tourists. We have planned these and other measures by 2024. By 2025, we set ourselves the goal of 12 million tourists, of which 2,500 are foreign and 9,500 are domestic tourists. Due to the fact that we're already open to 80 countries, we have visa-free travel.
80 стран открыты уже в безвизовом режиме. У нас Китай открылся в двустороннем порядке, Индия, Иран и другие самые развитые.
China has opened. Representatives of India, Iran and other 80 most developed countries can fly to us without visa. We have direct flights with 30 countries. These are 120 destinations and more than 600 flights. Now that all restrictions have been lifted, new low-cost airlines will enter. For domestic tourists and foreign tourists, travel to Kazakhstan will become cheaper and more accessible. It is necessary to increase spending on promoting the country. Kazakhstan must be known throughout the world. Therefore, we, like the other countries, must be present in advertising and information space. We must convey to the far abroad that Kazakhstan exists. Because arriving foreign tourists, according to national data, banks spend $1,500 here, and this is the economy of our country, our salary.
Тратить те самые $1500, прибывая в Казахстан, это данные Нацбанка, а это и есть экономика нашей страны, наши зарплаты и так далее, и так далее.
Experts believe that Kazakhstan has great potential for tourism development.
Мы не то государство, которое вторгается в бизнес, поэтому сказать отелям, вы не можете ставить цены на номера не больше 25 тысяч тенге, или мы вас закроем, мы так не, это не наш путь.
We are not a state that invades business. We cannot tell hotels to set the price for rooms no more than 25,000 tenge, or we will close you. This is not our way. On the contrary, we create conditions for business development. We are finding other measures, as I said, the Kids Go Free program, which stimulates domestic tourism. And in 2024 we plan to introduce cashback system. If Kazakh citizen traveled within the country, he will get his cash back to 20%. Kazakhstan citizens should travel more within their own country, rather than going on vacation to Egypt and Turkey. We want to simplify the current government support measures. If previously a child flies for free when accompanied by parents or grandparents, we want to make it possible to use Kids Go Free when flying with a group of children. There is no need to save on children, and children should learn the vastness and delights of our country, its history and culture. In Alpine countries, holidays and vacations are synchronized. Children have at least 12 days a year to ski, so that parents have the opportunity to be on vacation during this period. They came to this by working on a specific system, and we need to work on this approach. The country has unique natural and historical sites that can attract tourists from around the world.
Организировано, чтобы дети имели именно не менее 12 дней в году кататься на лыжах, и чтобы родители имели возможность именно в это время быть в отпусках, и это все синхронизируется с выходными днями. Но они пришли к этому, проработав конкретную систему, целый пакет услуг. Сейчас мы об этом вопрос пока ставить не будем, а когда мы проработаем уже правильный подход, прям, чтобы предлагать это, конечно, безусловно, мы это предложим.
The country has unique natural and historical sites that can attract tourists from around the world.